Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. Again, I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Adam.
And today we are doing the 2022 release from Maker's Mark. This is their wood finishing series, the BRT-02. So they came out with an 01 and 02. BRT is barrel rotation. So they hand rotate all the different barrels.
Well,
that's a work.
That's a workout.
Yeah, that's some work there. No question about that. But they released it in two
You
halves.
saw some guys that probably do that at the Bourbon Festival.
Yes, yeah, when they do all the pushing crazy, that barrel lineup thing. So they did this in two halves. The BRT-01 was from the top shelf.
Okay.
So more heat, more barrel impact, more fluctuation.
Evaporation.
BRT-02 is from lower, not bottom, but lower. Okay? So less wood impact, less evaporation, so slightly lower proof, all those kinds of things.
More to bottle.
Yeah, more whiskey usually left in there. The only kicker, which would have been a beautiful experiment, until the fact that they finished the BRT-01 in American oak staves, and they finished the BRT-02 in French oak staves. So why would you do the experiment of two different places and then
change up the
how you're finishing it?
Come on.
Maybe they're flipping it this time.
I have a feeling there was a little less wood impact.
That's exactly what I
gotta be.
totally agree. The bottom, towards the bottom, it's not going to have as much wood impact.
But I've got to say, huge fan of these wood finishing projects.
Absolutely.
And it's ending. It's over now.
The
It's
BRE was the 2023, and I think that was the last one.
EP.
BEP,
Barrel
yes.
entry proof.
Entry proof. They put it into the
BEP.
lower proof.
Yes, they prove.
Right.
Yeah. It's all over.
So, I picked this up at Cool Springs Wine and Spirits. I got pulled for their drawing, but there wasn't anything that really flipped my frog. I knew you had the FAE. We've tasted the FAE on the show. Loved it. And I was just like, you know what? I had the BEP at a bar up in Louisville. I didn't care for it that much. So I was like, you know what? Let me go BRT. Why not? Right?
I'll say Makers used to have the coolest lady that was in there. Was she marketing? Who's that lady we did that tasting?
Oh, she was the...
She was fun.
What the hell was her title? I don't know if it was blender. She was a master something, but it wasn't distiller.
All I know is that she would have been a great addition to the whiskey club.
Oh, she was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, super knowledgeable, and it was a great. That was the first year we went to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. She was one of the presenters, and Barton's
The master
was
distiller.
the master distiller from Barton's was the other.
Who's the guy that did the Zoom? Remember that? We did that Zoom with the bartender.
Yes, for the old fashions. But we got to taste new make
The White Dog.
for Makers. Like she ran it through that way. Like this. Like here's the new make. Here is 1 year. Here is a handful of years. I don't remember what it
regular
was.
Super
It was
cool.
regular, and then it was what, the 46, and
Yeah.
she went through the whole.
Because it's always the same mash bill for Maker's Mark. It's always they don't mess with the recipe. They mess with the wood that they use to finish it, and a little bit on the barrel entry.
Well, they were the
proof,
ones that
proof,
I feel like they were like the last ones to the game.
They stuck to their
stuck to
guns
their original
for so long.
Then it was cast strength.
This was my entry to bourbon. Maker's Mark was how I got into bourbon. I love Maker's Mark. Just standard, regular Maker's
I
Mark.
always did Makers and ginger ale. Like if I was going to drink ginger ale with it, I always did Makers. If I did,
But no, Makers and Woodford, the amount of people have told me like Makers or Woodford were their entry
Were their starters.
points. But as far as finishing, I mean, all these craft distilleries or these pop-ups, these guys are doing it.
They've done
fantastically well.
really good with this whole wood finishing series. They've
Every
done
time,
a lot of amazing.
If I'm traveling and I don't know what bottle to buy for the house or the people I'm with, I go to a liquor store. They have a store pick of their
The
own
private
finish.
select one. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
go with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. It's always great
usually
stuff.
very,
And this nose is phenomenal.
yeah. All right, so their mash bill, which is the mash bill for everything they release, is 60% corn, 26% red winter wheat. Sorry, which goes back to your Missouri thing.
It makes me that makes me
And
so
14% malted barley. It's a really high malted barley for a bourbon. But
is red wheat like American? Like, is that like an American thing, or is like?
I don't know the answer to that.
I've never heard of that.
But
I'm gonna say red wheat is more of a geographical wheat.
But this is one of the weeded
northern
bourbons.
wheat.
And at some point, I saw it on Bourbon Junkies, and we're going to do this. We're going to do the test of the weeded bourbons. Weller's Best Reserve, the New Green River, Larceny, Maker's Mark. All standard proofs. Which one's best?
Just all the.
I tell you
So it's
what,
just regulars.
I already
Yeah.
know which one I think is gonna finish last for me.
Okay. All the regular ones. I think that'd be really interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah. I know
Because
who's gonna win number one.
because
Larceny.
they got it wrong. How about that? Bourbon Junkies got it totally wrong on what they thought the order was going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And I was just like, oh, we're totally doing that because I know our palates end up being really similar, and yours is again on the same
Just
highway, but
slightly,
like maybe
different
one lane over.
Different lane.
But we're tailing, we're drafting on most of our palates. So
No,
yeah.
I gotta say the amount of times I pull a maker's store pick from somewhere into a mix, and people go, "What is that?"
yeah,
They do.
their
well.
store picks.
They do really well. On
And
the
they
finishing.
usually have very specific flavor profiles, and it's almost in the name. If you go in the name, like the name will say like cinnamon toast crunch or whatever it will say, and you're like, holy crap, it tastes just like that.
They duped me on the store pick I bought, or Greg got for me. That
Kentucky pie
the
or
Derby pie.
Derby pie. That
Derby pie.
not quite. It was
one I-
okay,
the
but it
one
was
I
not
just- Florida should be called
It
that.
was just missing that sugar,
Molasses.
the molasses, and
Yeah.
It was a little off.
yeah.
Not quite there. All right.
Still not
Wow,
bad,
we
but-
totally went
Yeah,
off
let's
the
go
side
back to
here.
this
Let's go
bottle
back to this
whiskey
guy.
that we're drinking
So
here.
BRT-02, picked this up at the drawing for Cold Springs Wine and Spirits. Was super happy with the price. If you find this most places, you're going to spend about $100. $70 is what I got this for. I was super happy when that came through.
It's limited. You know. You're
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna-
hard to find, and it's
only made
now
1 year.
a year past. Like the 2023 is already out, and they're done the whole line. So
Gosh, rich caramel, like super rich caramel.
not
almost
as
into the
cherry
butterscotch.
I
as
get a cake,
No.
a sheet cake.
I
the
don't get
cherry
any
notes
cherry.
that you normally get from Maker's Mark. It's not as cherry.
Nope.
It is very much more the brown
I get
sugars.
that moist like cake.
Into icing.
Yeah.
Into that
Okay.
buttercream. Like, oh, that sweetness is fantastic.
It's super sweet. There's a lot of really strong sweet notes that come through here.
But barrel notes at the end, like that, you get.
There's
sweet
a
oak.
little bit of an oak, maybe even touching leather, like a
Yeah.
soft
Oh,
leather
me too.
note.
Which makes me think it's like age stated. It's a little older.
Palate.
Yeah.
Sweet caramel, and then a heavy dose of leather.
There's an oaky, yeah. There's like a weird. There's no age statement on this, so like I can't say, but it feels like it drinks older.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's maybe they've figured out some good finishing things that I don't know about, but it drinks. Honestly, it drinks more like a 10 to 12-year-old bourbon.
Great mouthfeel.
You know what I mean?
It's
The
like it just-
oil-
like the legs don't run.
Right.
Which
The
makes me
oil that
think it's
comes
just-
off of it, that oak, that leather, it almost feels like a 10 to 12-year-old bourbon.
I don't get what they're saying though. The tasting notes, they're saying in dark expression filled with notes of fruit, nut, and chocolate.
nutty and chocolate and sweet, like a hazelnut or macadamia, like not
Just
not
as
Pierre
like,
Rocher? Is
just
that what
as a
those
nut.
are?
yeah, not yeah. Well, that's good. Not that yeah. Not
I don't get any of that.
I don't get no. Like, a lot of times, I think when you see nuts, you think peanuts. It's not peanuts.
No.
This is like
See, now that I'm
only-
thinking of like a heavier, like oilier nut, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. I get the more that, like I said, that caramel, that vanilla.
Caramel, vanilla,
burnt caramel,
little burnt
and
sugars,
the
like
ca-
that
cake.
creme brulee.
Yes. Ooh. I like it.
Yeah, there's
I
a
think
whole
the
lot of
water-
nothing
the
wrong
water
here.
is going to kick this one up. It's going to kick it up a notch. I think all the way around.
Yeah, I don't mind. Anything out of this, I don't mind. A little bit of warmth. Not like a full-on hug, because it's only 109. But a little warmth comes through. And it's nice. I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see where we go with some more. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, look at this guy. I'm proud of myself for keeping higher than a millimeter.
All right. Let's see what magical things water does to this guy. There's enough oil in this. It should make a pretty material
I think everything's going
impact.
to get it amplified.
Ethanol first, and then that'll ethanol come through strong in the first like nose and sip, and then that'll quickly dissipate.
Burnt sugars
With ethanol for sure.
and burnt. Oh.
Wow. If you go to the bottom, it's all ethanol. If you go to the top, it's all burnt sugars. That's correct.
Well, you're supposed to go
Yeah, up, down, left, right.
BA.
At the very, very top.
Select start.
That's right. 99 lives. Let's go.
Oh.
At the top,
Great
that is
nose.
amazing.
There's like this back end of like this creamy note too. There's like
Almost a toasted marshmallow note.
Toasted
through
marshmallow.
At the very, very top of it.
yeah,
Little
toasted
toasty note.
marshmallow with a little bit of. It's like I want it to be toasted coconut, but it's almost there.
Man, now you say
Almost
toasted
there.
coconut.
Like
I get where you're
almost
going.
there.
It's not exactly, but I know what you're
Fantastic
talking
nose.
about.
It's such a better nose than the FAE, in my opinion.
The FAE, the mouthfeel, and the palate of the FAE was
This mid and finish.
just spot on.
Yeah.
That fatty ester acid? No, acid ester? What
Acid
FAE?
ester. Yeah.
Acid ester. Yeah, so fatty acid ester is what the
cinnamon.
FAE 01 was, the 2021
cinnamon.
was. I like that. The mouthfeel, the palate was great. The finish was amazing.
Yeah, so oily.
The nose on this, the beginning of this,
It's evolving into water.
this is nice.
It's really nice.
This is nice. I really, really wish I had a 1 and a 2 to do the comp of top shelf, bottom shelf.
Yeah.
That
The
would be
whole
great.
line, man. It's,
What they need to do is release a small bottle lineup, 200 milliliter
Sampler pack.
sampler of FAE 01, 2, BRT 1, 2. So last one, they're not doing any more wood finishing. They're
after BEP. That's it. This
2023.
This current run.
So have they talked about what their the next plans are, or they haven't released that yet?
I think they have some magical shit going
I
on. They have
think
to.
so.
You know,
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
stop.
you
here.
can't
stop here.
release things like this
Yeah,
and then
there's
just
no
be
way.
like, we're not doing that anymore. We're going back to regular Maker's Mark.
right.
Enjoy.
There's no
Yeah.
failures going on. Like
No.
we got cast strength. We got 40,
46.
46.
Yeah.
We got their other expressions, but of course the double oaked is. one
If
of
they
the
if
best
they
in
want
the
to
game.
stay
Relevant. They got to do
relevant,
something.
They got to do something else.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone else is doing.
But they got the Derby. They got. There's so many things that they've got that they're going to keep. In
What I need them to do.
Yeah, they're going to still continue their mint julep bottle.
They have the money to do some experimental things. They need to. do
What
more
they
than
need to
just
do
this.
is work with Tennessee so that we can actually get their special bottles as part of the mailing program.
Yeah.
So they have a program
Yeah.
where you sign up and you pay, I don't remember what it is, $150, $200 a quarter, something along those lines, and they send you 2 bottles every quarter. Not in the state of Tennessee. You got to live in, it's weird. It's like Kentucky,
Man.
Virginia.
Which is weird. Virginia's ABC.
There's like all the states are really weird, Like, come on, literally, it's 2 hours to get to your distillery. Like, come on. Figure out how to work with Tennessee.
It's gonna sell, man. Come
Dude,
on.
I would buy it all day long. All right.
Let's wrap her up.
All right. That's good. That is better than the FAE.
Yes. I would.
Different.
Yeah.
Different mouthfeel, different profile.
I would
But
say
really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Very solid release.
Yeah.
Super happy to grab it for $70. Really excited to see what they do next. Hope they release a freaking lineup. If they ever release a 200 or 375 of all the different wood finishing series, I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
All day long.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. No,
And what are they going to sell?
A lot of people will.
Like,
Because there's gonna be people like, ah, shit, I missed out on that one.
right.
But I can. All right.
Oh, now I can
You're
grab
saying
And if you really
the whole
love
lineup.
it and you decide to finish it, come on. There's got to be something afterwards. There's got to be.
Yeah, there's got to be something. There's got to be something
There's
next.
more. Again, we talked about earlier. If they're gonna stay with the trend, there's got to be something else coming.
Gotta be
out.
something
Some-
else.
Something coming
You
down.
can't just go back to the 46 in the private
When you only have
stores.
one mash bill,
Right.
Strength.
you have to.
You got to do something.
Yeah.
Got to do something.
Yeah.
Stay relevant.
Yep.
Anyway, just wanted to break in here. So September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And the whole reason we even started this channel was kind of related to my son Jason, and his wish was to be a YouTube star through Make-A-Wish. So we try to raise money for Make-A-Wish, and we try to raise money for St. Jude for cancer research and all the things that they do. St. Jude is absolutely amazing. You pay nothing when you go there. They cover everything, and they share everything that they find. So all the research that they do, they share it out. They give it out freely because that's their goal. That's what is it? Danny Thomas, I think, is his name, who started St. Jude. That was his goal, was to solve childhood diseases and share everything that they learn. The organization is amazing, and they run off of donations.
Yep.
So, in the month of September, in recognition of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and the yellow that we got rocking in our cocktails, we're going to raise funds. There's a link down in the description for St. Jude, our fundraiser for September, and anything up to $500, we will match that and make sure that we're continuing that fight because nobody should have to lose a child to cancer, or no child should have to go through any of the diseases that you see there. It's just totally heartbreaking.
We would appreciate any and all support for this cause.
Absolutely. Yeah, anything you throw in there, it's going to get doubled. So, every little bit helps. Well, thanks very much, and
Cheers.
cheers.
Great pour.
Great pour. Absolutely.
Yep. Solid pour, solid price.
Yeah,
When you get it for
super happy.
MSRP.
If you can find it, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely true. Harder to find.
Yep. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed our review of the Maker's Mark BRT-02 wood finish series. Solid pour.
Yep.
Even with the water.
Amazing.
I like it both ways.
Yeah, the water didn't make it made it a little different, but didn't make it worse or better. It just made it a little different.
Yep.
So, we hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, as always, we'd love the support and encourage you to hit that like button on the bottom of the screen.
While you're down there, subscribe. Trying to grow the channel. Put out content like this about twice a week, and we'd love for you to join us as we explore more whiskeys.
Absolutely.
Comment. What's your favorite wood finishing? If you've got a good store pick that's got the stay finishing profiles,
Yeah, which
Yeah.
state?
I'd
Yeah,
love to hear that.
Absolutely.
There's 5 different ones. It would be cool to see what one you like the best and what flavor profiles are your favorite.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching.
So next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.